Of Wellston High School. Coach, tonight Rockets are coming in here on a 3-0 record, winning 3 games in a row on a 3-game win streak. Probably going to, they know probably about it, going to be their toughest competitor so far this year, and quite honestly could be the toughest competitor that they're going to see all year long. And we're talking about the New Boston, the Glenwood Tigers from down in the Portsmouth area. Going to be a tough matchup for them tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really nice telltale for our team. And, they're coming in 3-0 also. We're 3-0. And but I think that the Rockets the games that they've already played has directed them, put them in the right direction for a nice win tonight. So this is going to tell us everything about our team.
And we spoke about that last week in our broadcast. Tonight we're going to learn a lot about our basketball team, and quite honestly, learn a lot about our coaching staff. Again, Coach Foudy, his first game going up against a seasoned veteran coach, is Coach Adam Cox with New Boston, and going to be veteran coach against rookie coach, but 2 pretty good basketball teams.
Oh, yeah. I think Coach Foudy's going to do fine. He's got a nice staff put together. He's got a senior-laden team that's going to definitely help. On the floor their coaches on the floor most of the time. Sometimes they get a little bit out of control. But, I think this is going to be very good for the players and the coach as far as the ability to compete against a really good team. So I think it's just going to be a nice game before we get into league play.
Exactly right. Talking about the Rockets tonight, again, we'll start out talking about our 2 sophomores. One is going to be Gunnar Harmon, number 11 for the Rockets, and then number 10, Kyan Irvin for the Golden Rockets. Those 2 guys haven't played like sophomores so far this year.
They really haven't. I've been to one game, and I had to watch the last game and you guys done a very nice job on the BMG Media. But Gunnar has really come into his own. I watched him all the way up through Biddy League. I've ran the Biddy League for the last few years. I've watched him develop, and he's completely went 100% the other way. He's just done so much this year, and he's gotten so much better. Kyan, Kyan works tirelessly all season long. This kid's in the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning every day before school, when they're in school. So, what a great nucleus to go around.
And then going right in, let's talk about our senior center, Hunter Smith. He has really come into his own this year as well. We'd like to see him be able to finish a little bit better around the basket, but as far as a defensive presence under the basket on block shots and then on offensive rebounds and putbacks, man, what a player he's been so far this year for the Rockets.
Well, he changes the other team's game plan. There's no question about that. You take it inside, he's going to get his big, long arms and the big hands, and he can jump. The kid can jump. He's 6'5", long arms, very long, and does a really nice job around the basket defensively. Offensively, I think he needs to play a little bit more with his back to the basket. I think he would do much better. I know every player likes to shoot the 3 every now and then. So, Hunter's just a great player.
And then, again, another player that's been a real pleasant surprise to watch this year is another senior, number 40, Jared Wilbur. He's done an amazing job. I didn't know he had basketball skills and talents until I watched him here a couple games ago and thought, man, this kid's pretty good. Where's he been for a while?
Yeah, if you watched him last year at the JV level, you knew that he was going to definitely come to the varsity team and contribute. He's just a hard-nosed player. And he loves basketball. I think he likes football just a tad more than basketball, but he can just tout on the court that he loves the game.
And then Aston Reilly, again, another young, fine player, a senior for the Rockets. I believe he's a senior, correct?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. First game we played at home against Miller, he had 5 steals the first quarter. And just a monster first quarter. I'll never forget that one for him. Done a great job, and again, we can't go without saying what a great job he's been doing.
Well, this team, if you get everybody, all cylinders running together all the time, they're really going to be a force to reckon with, and it's fun to watch Aston play. He plays so hard, and he's just a nice talent to have on the basketball field.
And then let's talk real quick before we get started here tonight. The 2 Brown brothers. We call him EB33, Evan Brown, and then Garrett, his younger brother, the freshman. And we're going to get ready to go to the national anthem now, so we're going to take just a moment here and take a break for the national anthem, and then we'll be right back with more Golden Rocket basketball right after the national anthem. All right, Golden Rocket fans, welcome back. Again, you are listening to Wellston Golden Rocket basketball right here on BMG Media. Joining me again tonight is Coach Terry Gill, and I'm Bub Norris coming to you from the friendly confines of Wellston High School here at Jim Darrow Court. And here in just a little bit, we'll be having a very special guest joining us here after a bit. So you want to stay tuned with throughout the broadcast here tonight, getting ready to do the starting lineups. Again, taking a look real quick, Coach, we left off talking about the two Brown brothers. Those guys have made a pretty good impact for the Rockets so far this year as well.
Yeah, what great kids, and their parents are great people and nice players. They both play football also.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, very talented, and they've both got unique talents that they contribute to the team, and just hard-nosed, grit players, and just really, really nice players. And I want to mention R.J. Kipp. RJ's
yes.
been out a little bit.
Yes.
And he had a broken collarbone. He's back. I think he's semi-back right now. Mm-hmm. But we definitely don't want to miss him because he'll do a nice job also.
And defensively for the Rockets, whether it be on the football field, on the baseball field, or on the basketball court, number 3, Chase Ingles.
You got it. The kid, hard-nosed player. He's going to do whatever the coach asks. It's great to have, I just remember back when I was coaching, it was awesome to have those kids that would go out on the court, give you 2-3 minutes,
yes.
and just give it all, lay it all on the floor.
Yes, and understand their role.
And understand their role, and that's what these kids do.
Yeah. So we just announced the starting lineup for the Glenwood Tigers, New Boston area. Now we're getting ready to start the Golden Rockets. For the starters for the Tigers tonight will be number 0, Devon Jones, number 2, Brady Jackson, number 3, Tanner Voyers, and number 4, it's either going to be number 4 or number 5, Rias Batchett or Josh Tabor, and then number 32, Chase Clark. For the Rockets, you're looking at number 10, Kyan Irvin, number 11, Gunnar Harmon, number 33, EB33, Evan Brown, and then number 14, Aston Reilly, will be a starter for the Rockets. And then also number 20, the senior in the middle, the man in the middle, number 20, Hunter Smith. So Rockets, Coach, we talked about how good that New Boston is. Probably be the best team that they'll face all year long until they get up to tournaments anyway. And they're going to have to bring their A game tonight.
Yeah, you got 2 3-0 teams coming at each other tonight. And New Boston scored 102 the last game. Score 100 points is a big deal in high school basketball.
That's a lot.
We've had some good teams here, and we've had very few that do that.
Tip is up. Rockets get the tip. Aston Reilly with it out top. He's kicking it over to Smith. Smith over to Irvin. on the left wing. Irvin takes a look. He's going to make a couple of crossover dribble moves. Going to put it over to Reilly. Reilly's going to get it to Harmon. Harmon's going to bring it back out top and set up an offense.
Man-to-man.
Kicks it over to EB33 on the left wing. He's going to drive to the basket, going to shoot a layup, and he scores.
Yeah, he just saw the opening there and took it to the basket.
Here we go. New Boston on the run, but they throw it out of bounds. The Rockets score first, 2-0. Your score, 7:28 to go here in the first quarter. And this, we anticipate, Coach, to be a track meet tonight because we know New Boston wants to get it out and go. They're on a full court press right now. Yeah, Harmon with the middle, kicks it over to Irvin. Irvin back over to Harmon. Harmon over to Reilly. Back to Harmon, trying to get across half court, and does. Irvin over on the far side. He's going to make a couple moves, and it's going to be stolen by number 3. That's going to be Tanner Voyers. He makes a spin move by number 13. Stolen back by EB33. Harmon on the loose for the Rockets. Harmon taking it to the rack. Scored. No, missed the layup. We have a jump ball situation. Held ball.
You know, he got to the basket really nice there, and he tried to throw it out a little bit so he wouldn't get blocked, and it just rolled off the rim.
Going to be a fast-paced game all night tonight. Number 2, the point guard for the Tigers. That'd be Grady Jackson. Jackson out top, dribbles it off hands it off to number 0, Jones. Jones over to 13. That would be Sexton. He's probably going to be their main guy tonight. Number 3, and we have a foul call out top on the Rockets. Reilly getting another playing defense the way I like to see it. Get right up in your guys' crawl and play some good defense.
Very aggressive defense there. You know, you don't want to foul that far out away from the basket, but hey, you can't fault a kid for his effort.
6:43 to go in the first quarter. Rockets on top, 2-0. Your score. New Boston very traditionally likes to run the score. If they can put 100 on you, they'll sure try it. Bounce pass into Sexton inside, makes a spin move, kicks it back out to number 3. His shot is up. It is good. Voyers on the score. 2-2 is your score. 6:25 to go in the first quarter. Harmon brings the ball up the court. They're in a token pressure press. Rockets break it. Hands it off to Smith. Smith kicks it out to Evans on the corner. EB33 has the ball back over to Irvin out top. Irvin makes a spin moves, kicks it off to Reilly in the left corner. Irvin takes a look. He's guarded by number 2. That'd be Jackson. Irvin crossover dribble. Going to take the rock to the paint. Kick it back out top to Smith. Smith back over to Evans. To Evan Brown. Back over to Irvin on the right wing. Irvin going to take the rock to the paint. No call.
And we did get a call, I think. You got a block.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
got the whistle. Okay, it's hard to hear the whistle with the headset on. Good call. A lot of contact. Good hand
our
signals.
Location up here, you don't see that under the basket.
Real good.
Yeah, that official was back.
Nice call by the official on that play.
Yep.
And I like. Okay. I guess we're going to take it out. He was in the act of shooting.
Oh, okay.
So we gave him credit for making the call, but then we thought he should be shooting.
We got a foul call. That's a good thing. But, yeah, he was definitely shooting the basketball.
Harmon taking the ball out of bounds. Going to kick it, throw it into Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith. It's going to be stolen by Jackson. Jackson going to try to drive the paint, and he does, and he scores. 4-2 your score. New Boston in the full court press. Kicks it off to Harmon on the right side. Harmon's going to get it up to Smith. Smith's going to kick it back to Reilly. Riley's going to drive the paint, going to shoot it up in the middle, and he scores.
Nice off the backboard. Nice play.
Rockets running right with the New Boston Tigers right now. 4-4 your score. Sexton with the ball out top. Going to kick it off to number 2. That's Jackson. Jackson's going to pull it out and run an offense. Rockets playing a man-to-man. Ball is going to be passed to Sexton. Sexton under heavy pressure. Kicks it off to Jackson on the far side. No call on the travel. Shot is up, and it is good.
Number 2. Levi Bowman. Oh, no, excuse me, Grady Jackson. Yeah.
Harmon bringing the ball up again. The Tigers in a full court press. Hunter Smith kicks it off. Very well very good job on EB33. Takes it to the rack. No good. Gets his own rebound. But we have a foul call on the play.
I think it's on Evan Brown. Yep. A little too aggressive on the rebound there.
4:46 to go in the quarter. Tigers on top by 2, 6-4 your score. Number 2 bringing the ball up the floor. That's Jackson for the Tigers. Kicks it over to number 3. That would be Voyers. Kicks it down to Sexton on the wing. Makes a move. Reilly under heavy pressure. Good defensive play. Gets touched, gets called for a second call And now we're going to see Garrett Brown come in the game. Again, good defense, just a little bit too much hands on the play.
You know, this freshman coming in, he's really doesn't play like a freshman when he gets in there. He's done a nice job. Yeah, it looks like to me everything goes through Kyle Sexton. Their offense runs through Kyle Sexton.
Shot is up. No good. 3-point. Hunter Smith on the rebound. Over to Irvin on the right side. Brings it up. He's going to kick it ahead to Garrett Brown. The freshman back out to Irvin out top, covered by Sexton. Sexton under pressure. Harmon has it on the left wing. Harmon doing a little shake and bake on the far side. Nothing. Garrett Brown with the ball out top. Drops it inside to Hunter Smith. Smith's shot is up and he scores.
Nice play there.
4:05 to go in the quarter. We're all tied up at 6. Jackson bringing the ball up the floor for the New Boston Tigers. Kicks it over to Voyers on the left wing. Down to Sexton under the basket. And that's a mismatch. But nice defensive play by the young freshman.
Yep, definitely a nice defensive play
Coach
there.
may want to rethink that one a little bit, a freshman against a senior.
Yeah. Done a nice job there,
But Garrett Brown winning the battle on that trip. Harmon brings it up, throws it over to Garrett Brown, gets it across half court. Garrett's going to drive to the basket, pulls it back out.
Garrett?
Going to throw it to Hunter Smith.
Ooh.
Hunter Smith under heavy pressure and turns it over. Sexton anticipated the steal, and he's all over and what a defensive play. Wow, that was a great defensive play by Hunter Smith. Going to call a foul on the play, and the bucket was good. And Sexton's going to go to the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, he used his body and kept Hunter away. Hunter, you know, I'm not sure. Got his hand up, maybe a little body, but had a nice play to get the ball in the basket.
Sexton's shot is up. It is good. Tigers go up by 3. 9-6 your score. 3:32 to go in the quarter, first quarter. Ball inbounds to Harmon.
Changed their press up a little bit, Coach. It looks like a 1-2-2 now.
1-2-2. Rockets handling the pressure very well. Irvin's first shot is up. No good. Rebound Tigers. Jackson on the far side. Jones correction. Jones going to stop. Going to try to take Irvin to the basket. Shot is up and it is good. 11-6 your score. 3:05 to go in the quarter. So far, Rockets handling the press very well. Smith backs it out to Irvin. Irvin stolen on the far side. Stolen by number 32. That's Clark. Clark over to Jones. Jones ahead to Sexton. Sexton going to do a spin move.
Called traveling.
And a good timeout call.
Yes.
By Coach Foudy at this point. Felt the game getting a little bit away. Rockets burn a timeout at 2:45 to go here in the first quarter. 11-6 is your score. Coach Terry Gill, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you the action tonight from Wellston High School. Coach Jim Jarrow Court via BMG Media. Again, this game so far, Coach, has been everything that everybody anticipated it would be up to this point.
Yeah, I'm glad. And you made a comment earlier about you're glad you're not out there officiating this game. But I'm glad I'm not out there for sure. But, yeah, we've got two really, really good teams. I think Wellston now just has to show a little more patience on their offensive end. And they're moving the ball a little bit, but they're forcing things a little bit. So I think we're fine. I think Coach Foudy's going to get them, talk to them, get them fired up. And I think we're going to be okay.
Good timeout call by Coach Foudy. Rockets trailing 11-6, 2:45 to go in the quarter. Rockets going to take it out in front of their bench. Harmon's going to take it out. Full court press again by the Tigers. Inbounds it to Garrett Brown. Garrett going to kick it back over to Harmon. Harmon back over to Brown. Brown over to Irvin. Trying to get it across half court. Skip pass over to Harmon. Harmon up to Smith. Smith over to Irvin.
They've handled that press rather well.
They handled it very well. Very well coached as far as the press is concerned.
See Jared Wilbur in the game. You may have mentioned that.
Irvin covered by Sexton. Ball kicks it out to Harmon. The Sexton is all over Kyan Irvin like a glove, not letting him out of his sight. Again, steal by the Tigers. Going to drive the length of the court. 2 points. I was going to say touchdown, but that's the wrong sport, right?
Wrong sport.
13-6 your score. Rockets trail by 7. Rockets doing a really good job handling this press so far and breaking the press so far. Just not able to finish. Again, once they break the press, not able to finish it. Sexton, the big guy, bringing it up the floor for the Tigers.
Very talented new Boston team, Coach.
Number 3 up for a three-point shot. It's short. Harmon on the rebound. Minute 30 to go in the quarter. Rockets trail by 7, 13-6 your score. Harmon up the right side, kicks it over to Hunter Smith. Hunter going to take it to the rack. Going to up one shot, in and out, no good. Gets his own rebound, back up again, no good, and he's going to draw the foul.
Yeah, Hunter, he just made up his mind there. He was going to the basket. You know, things haven't worked out the last 2 or 3 times down the court. He said, I'm going to go to the basket. I'm
and he
either going
should
to score or get fouled.
Absolutely.
And that's where he should be.
Absolutely. One thing that we've noticed about Hunter's game is that we'd love to be able to see him finish on the first shot instead of the second or third.
Yep.
His first shot is up, and I was dogging him a little bit last week about his free throws. I said you shoot a free throw like Shaquille O'Neal, so his first one went in. Yeah. That's better than Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, that's right.
He couldn't throw it in the ocean if he's standing in the middle of it.
Most of those NBA teams had to play, you know. If he's in the game, foul him at the end of the game.
Hunter Smith at the line for his second free throw.
I see Michael Shover getting ready to come in the game.
Shot is up.
There's that shot.
Bounces it in. We'll take it. 13-8 your score. Minute 18 to go in the quarter.
Really nice game. Really nice game to watch. And we 2 very well-coached teams. If it wasn't for a couple turnovers, we're even, you know, dead even in the game.
Yeah. Jackson brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Rockets staying in a man-to-man. Kicks it over to Sexton on the left wing. Sexton makes a move. He's guarded again by Brown, the freshman, and he scores over top of him in spite of it, but great defense by Garrett Brown.
Really good defense there.
Sexton anticipating the ball, and another steal. Shoots another layup, and it scores.
See, RJ come in the game there, and I think he may have picked up that foul. Yep, RJ Kemp with the foul, just got into the game. The Sexton boy is a very active player. I know he's their leading scorer, but we do not have their stats, but I know he was a nice player last year when he was here, when he was down there.
52 seconds to go in the quarter, 17-8 your score. And again, Sexton is really, you can't just stop with him because they're loaded. They have several other players that can score on you as well. He's going to try to finish the old-fashioned three-point play. His shot is up, and it is good. 18-8, Rockets trail by 10 now with 52 seconds to go. Brown over to Kemp. Back to Kemp in the middle. Back over to Brown. Get it across half court. RJ in the center. Schober on the left side. Going to kick it down to the wing to Jared Wilbur. Jared Wilbur is going to kick it back out top to Kyan Irvin. Irvin's guarded by Sexton, and that's a personal match right there. Irvin shot up, no good. Rebounded by Kemp. Schober with the ball under the basket, trying to work it inside. Going to kick it back up to Garrett Brown. Garrett Brown's three, no good. Going to get his own rebound. Nice job on the follow. Going to kick it back to Jared Wilbur. Jared makes a couple moves around the basket. Is going to shoot it up, no good. The ball's going to be tipped and out of bounds going to the Tigers.
Probably not the shot Coach Fowdy wanted Jared to take right there, but, you know, he's worked really hard and got the rebound. A little off balance on that shot.
Rockets trail by 10 with 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. 18-8 your score. Pretty competitive game so far. Again, we've mentioned all along, this is going to be the best team the Rockets are going to face probably all year. Number 3 shot is up. Shooting a three, no good. Rebounded by Kemp, and that's going to do it for one quarter. Coach, Rockets doing an excellent job, and obviously they're coached up very well on how to break the press here in the first quarter.
But, you know, I was just thinking about that. Whether we break the press, what that press is doing is dictating the tempo of the game, and we're slowing it down, and that's what they want. We're making a couple of bad passes. They get a steal and a layup. But that press is actually doing what they're wanting to do, whether they get a turnover out of it or not. It's slowing us down, not letting us get set in our offense, and we got to figure that thing out.
What we'd like to see is the Rockets be able to finish after they break the press, as you had already mentioned. They're not getting any good looks. They're just kind of doing their own thing and not getting good looks at the basket.
Yeah, and you very, very correct there. And, you know, the thing about it, I thought first quarter, Kyan Irvin's got one shot, I believe. And, you know, he's our leading scorer.
He jumped in 23 the other night. So,
he's our leading scorer, and we got to get him more shots. The kid that's playing defense,
number 13 is Sexton.
Number 13, Sexton. He's
their
best
player.
Offensive player, and he's really playing really good defense.
Well, it's a personal thing between those two players. You have their number one player going against projectably our number one player, And so far right now, Sexton, the senior, winning the battle against the Rockets tonight. Rockets trailing 18-8 your score as we get ready to start second quarter action again. Two teams pretty evenly matched, but turnovers so far in that first quarter have just plagued the Rockets.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many we had. I was looking at their roster, probably one of the only teams that won't play all year with as many seniors as we have also.
Irvin's going to take the ball out of bounds on the far side opposite the table. Schober, ball inbounds to Schober up top. Under heavy defense, and he's going to be out of bounds. Under heavy pressure by Grady Jackson by the Tigers as he knocks the ball out of Schober's hands. Irvin's going to take the ball out right in front of the scorer's table right now. Going to inbounds it to EB33. He's going to kick it back to Irvin. Again, it's Irvin against Sexton. Here we go. Irvin's going to kick it off to R.J. Kemp. R.J.'s going to drive to the rack. Going to put it up. No good. Almost a dunk. Attempted putback dunk. No good for Hunter Smith. Jones drives the paint. Going to shoot a left-handed layup. No good. Rebound Jackson.
Wow. I think we got another foul. I think it was on number 2.
Oh, wow. Okay, going to call a two-shot foul on the putback by Schober. Going to foul Jones on the putback attempt.
It's another senior at the line.
Again, the tale of this game so far, folks, has been the turnovers by the Rockets. It's not breaking the press. It's not running the offense. It's just been turnovers off of the press, which has created points for the Tigers. Jones' shot was good. First attempt. Second attempt is no good. Rebound Hunter Smith. 19-8 your score. 7:30 to go in the second quarter. R.J. Kemp brings the ball up the floor for the Rockets. Kemp's going to bounce it back to Hunter Smith. Going to kick it over to Schober on the right side. Schober, crossover dribble. Going to put it back to Hunter Smith under the basket. Hunter's got to put that back. Got to put it in.
Saw that the other night a couple times, didn't we? Got to score.
You get inside the paint or on the low block, we've always taught it and told it, boys, you get that close to the basket, you better be shooting.
Better have a scorer's mentality.
Yeah, you better be shooting it. Put the biscuit in the basket is what we always did say.
Biscuit in the basket. I like it.
7:15 to go in the half. Rockets trail 19-8 your score. Jackson bringing the ball up the floor for the Tigers. They're going to get in a set offense. Rockets stay in the man-to-man defense. Jackson going to kick it over to Jones on the left side. Covered hard by Chase Ingles. Number 32 with the ball now. That would be Chase Clark. Chase kicks it back to Sexton. Sexton's going to drive the paint. He's going to put it up. No good. Rebound on his own rebound. Going to put it back up left hand, and he scores. 21-8 now your score.
Kid's very active. Very active.
Chase Ingles in the center of the court kicks it over to R.J. Again, another turn. That's over and back call, and they missed that one.
Ooh.
And foul by Chase Ingles on the play. 21-8 your score, Coach. Rockets need to settle this thing down and get it in the front court and start running some set offense.
Well, like I said before, that press and the pressure is really dictating the tempo of the game. First time we've seen it all year.
Yep.
I mean, this type of pressure. So, you know, we got to really get the proper lineup out there to combat this press. And Gunnar Harmon's coming back in. I think he's
got to have him. Got to have him in the game. Absolutely.
And I don't know. He may have got a couple fouls. I'm not sure who's got the fouls right now.
The two fouls would have been on
well, we know. Chase,
Aston Reilly has two, we know.
Okay, Chase just got the.
Jones at the line to shoot. First shot is up. It is good. 23. Did they just give them 2 points? It was 21, I believe.
Yeah.
And they gave him 2.
I think Mr. Jackson down there is taking care of that.
Second shot is up. There they got it. Now they're getting it squared away. Okay. Should be 22-8. 6:35 to go in the quarter. Over to Brady Brown. Hunter Smith drives the paint. Going to jump, stop, shot, up, and good.
There you go. And there he goes to the basket strong.
He's got to attack the basket. Nobody can stop him. Number 2 with the ball. That'd be Jackson for the Tigers. Kicks it to number 32, Clark. Clark over to Jones on the left side. Step back 3. Going to be short. Going to be rebounded by Hunter Smith. Kicks it out to Harmon. Harmon needs to just take it and drive, but he pulled it back out.
He heard the footsteps behind him, that's for sure.
Kicks it off to Chase Ingles on the left side. Back out to Hunter Smith. Back over to Ingles on the left side. Ingles is going to Bounce pass it into Smith. He's got to score it in there inside the paint.
He's got the size advantage on number 33, yes.
Chase doing a nice job looking inside, going to bounce it, throw it back out to Irvin. Irvin crossover dribble under heavy pressure. Again, this is the most intense. Called a double dribble, but I didn't see that one. But
I didn't either. We talked about it before the game. This is going to be a telltale story here. And, you know, they're learning. Start of the season, haven't been in the gym a lot. Practice hasn't been available with everything that's been going on. So, not making excuses, but that is an excuse. This kid is just fabulous.
Number 3 with a nice move. That's Tanner Voyers. 25-10 your score. 5:15 to go in the half. Harmon up to Irvin. Irvin pulls it back out under heavy pressure again by Sexton. The Rockets turn it over.
Well, you know, as a coach, an ex-coach, we both were. Anytime you see a player throw a one-handed pass, you just cringe when they do that.
Rockets trail by 15. 5:05 to go in the half.
Does it seem like that type of game? It doesn't seem like a 15-point game.
It doesn't seem like there's that big of a spread, but that's the scoring opportunities that the Tigers have had. Jackson drives the paint, loses it, tipped away by Harmon. Kicks it out top to Sexton. Sexton's covered by Irvin. Back down in the corner to Voyers. Voyers drives the basket again. Shot is up, and it is good. 27-10. They're going to stay in the press. Back to Harmon, inside to Hunter Smith. Sexton's going to drive the paint, going to kick it out to Voyers. His shot is up, no good. Rebound Irvin. Again, Rockets, and you can tell. I mean, it's just early in the season.
Yep.
And you have some younger players that's not used to this type of pressure defense. We haven't seen it yet.
No, and they're seeing a lot of it tonight.
They're going to see it tonight. As we mentioned as we came into this game tonight, that this will be the best team the Rockets very possibly could see all year long.
Yep.
420.
I know last year, and they didn't lose a player. Do not believe they were ranked in the state last year, so I'm sure they're ranked this year.
Harmon to Reilly.
Okay, we got a foul on number 33.
And that would be Brady Voyers.
Yep, he's a junior. 4:17 to go in the second period, 27-10, New Boston.
Harmon takes the ball out of bounds for the Rockets. Hunter Smith under the basket. He's got to look to score every time he touches it inside the paint. Coach, you and I both have said that. Anytime we have a player, Irvin takes the rock to the basket. Shot is up, in and out of the basket, no good.
Yeah, you know,
nice drive by the sophomore, just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, he's got to do the same thing. I mean, come on, it was a travel.
Sexton's three-point shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Voyers. Voyers does a spin move, back out to Sexton. Sexton back to Voyers on the left side. Voyers drives the paint. He's going to stop. He's going to pass it off to Jones. Jones drives the basket. His shot is up, no good. Gets his own rebound under the basket. He's in no man's land, blocked by Smith. Rebound by Harmon. 3:35 to go in the half, Coach.
Yeah, we need to score. This is a big bucket here. We need to score here. We need to slow down, get us a nice shot, and score.
Irvin with the ball on the far side, on the left side. He's out top, guarded by number 12. That would be Cage Truitt. Reilly with the ball inside. Off to EB33. His three-point shot is on the way, no good. And he goes down, possibly maybe twisted an ankle, but let's see. He's going to get up. That's good.
A little slip there on the floor. I'm not sure what's going on down there, but he started to take off and slipped.
Some good sportsmanship going on out there. Kyle Sexton, their big guy, all everything guy, making sure that EB33 is okay. Jones with the inbounds for the Tigers, brings it up the center of the court with 3:10 to go in the half. Rockets trail 27-10 your score. Again, just to make note, a player is not allowed to run out of bounds, okay? That's happening frequently. Three-point shot, no good. Rebounded, Kyan Irvin. See, there's an advantage-disadvantage. When a player runs out of bounds, he gains an advantage by going out of bounds and coming back in on the court.
Right.
And that's the reason they put that rule in several years ago. Players cannot run out of bounds and come back in to run an offensive set.
So it's a nice game for RJ to come back to. We need his leadership out there on the court.
Harmon's three-point shot, drains it.
Gunner has really improved his shooting.
Nice player.
He's got a lot of confidence. You know, he's got to put it up when he gets it. That's the thing that I see about our team. Sometimes we're too unselfish.
Yeah.
We got to score. You know, Hunter Smith, when he gets it inside, he's got to score. Got to get a shot up. Kyan, when he gets a shot, he got to shoot it.
It's quite obvious tonight that the Glenwood Tigers are keying all over Kyan Irvin. Anywhere that kid goes, he's got pressure defense on him. If he goes to the top row in the bleachers, he's got somebody going with him.
Yeah. You know, the whole defensive scheme of theirs, they're just rat everybody, and they're switching up top. They're doing a lot of nice things defensively. Just need to calm down, slow down. At this juncture in the game, it's about time for us to slow down. You know, we're down 14. We're fine. We just need to
take care of the ball. That's the biggest thing.
Take care of the basketball and make sure we get good shots every time.
That's the biggest thing so far. 2:32 to go in the half. 27-13 your score. Rockets trailing. In the game for the Rockets right now, you have Kemp, Smith, Reilly, Irvin, and Harmon. Jackson bringing the ball up the floor for the Glenwood Tigers. Covered by Kemp. Rockets in man-to-man. Sexton and Irvin doing battle on the defensive end side of the floor. They're going to pick Irvin. Irvin's going to switch men. Three-point shot on the way, no good. Rebounded by R.J. Kemp, the senior for the Rockets. R.J. bringing it up the center of the court, pulls it back out. 2 minutes to go in the half. Kemp trapped out top, going to turn it over. Number 32 on the steal. He's going to kick it off to Voyers. Voyers' shot is up. It is good inside the paint.
Very unorthodox shot, but man, he gets it up there. That's the thing. You just got to get it to the basket.
You're around the basket, you get it go. 29-13 your score. Rockets break the pressure once again. The Rockets have had no trouble breaking the pressure tonight in the press. It's just coming out of the press, they're not able to get into their set offense. Reilly's shot, 3 up is on the way, no good. Rebound, 32. That's Chase Clark for the Tigers. Kicks it off to Jackson on the right side. Jackson drives to the paint, kicks it back out to Jones. Jones' three-point shot is up, and it is good.
You know, they know where they're at all the time.
Yep. You can tell they've played together for a while.
They played a lot of basketball together.
32-13. Rockets trail by 19 now with 1:10 to go in the half. Right through the hands of Reilly, out of bounds, turnover Rockets.
Back in the football broadcast, I'd say he hit him in the wrong place.
Yep, hit him in a bad spot right in the hands.
I guess it's the same thing in basketball.
Right.
You know, it's just an odd atmosphere with a few fans that we have. We do have a fairly good number of fans, but pretty quiet.
A little quiet. Voyers pass. He's going to get called for traveling. Good call by the official on the play. 55 seconds to go in the half.
It's kind of unique also. We got our cheerleaders up on the walking
Yeah, a little
area.
different.
Yeah, so you can't hear them, that's for sure.
RJ with the ball to the paint, out to Harmon out top. Harmon's going to shoot another 3. In and out. Rebounded by Sexton. 40 seconds to go in the half. 32-13 your score. Sexton dribbling up the floor. Drives the paint. Going to be fouled. I believe that's going to go against Gunner Harmon, but we're going to see what the official call is. Yep, we're going to call it on Gunner. Again, we want to encourage you to stick around with us for the halftime show. We have a special guest going to be joining us here this evening. Someone I think that everybody in the community knows, and a very familiar name as well. 34 seconds to go in the half. Rockets trail 32-13, down by 19.
Officer D.
And
a little speculation there, fans.
Again, this game has been what everyone thought it was going to be at this point, is that New Boston is going to be the best team the Rockets have faced so far this year and take away all of the turnovers.
Yep.
Rockets are in this thing, but be that as it may, they've had a lot of turnovers this half. 29 seconds to go. Irvin over to Harmon. Harmon out top with the ball. Now the Tigers drop back into a zone defense, and they have a lot of substitutions. Shot is up by Reilly, and it's good.
Nice shot. Nice take to the basket. Nice jump shot.
Again, Aston Reilly is a nice player. It's a pleasant surprise to see him on the floor. Didn't know he had the basketball skills that he has.
Exactly.
Jackson drives the paint and loses it. Irvin is going to tip it. Ooh. And they're going to give it back to the Rockets. We'll take it.
We had 3 kids touch that ball, but I'll tell you who caused that turnover was R.J. Kemp.
Irvin with the 3-quarter shot. No good. So at the end of 1 quarter, it is the Glenwood New Boston Tigers 33, the Golden Rockets 15.
1/2, sir.
1/2. That is correct. That is correct. We're going to take about a 1-minute break, and when we come back from a break, we will be having a very special guest joining us here this evening, and we'll be back. You're listening to Golden Rocket Basketball right here on BMG Media. Welcome back, Golden Rocket fans. You are watching Wellston Golden Rocket basketball right here on BMG Media. Right now you're enjoying the Wellston High School cheerleaders, and we're going to let you enjoy that for just a moment before we bring our special guests on air here this evening.
Yeah, they always talk about cheerleaders not being athletes. A lot of people do, but some of the things these girls do.
They're more athletic than what I ever thought about being.
Definitely are. Definitely are.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us, as we've announced already here this evening, one of Wellston's favorite and one of Wellston's hometown boys that also likes to write you tickets if you break the law in the city of Wellston is Coach, retired coach and Wellston police officer, coach and officer, Brant Darrow. Brant, thanks for joining us on our show tonight.
I appreciate you having me.
Let's try to get you hooked up here just a little bit more where we can hear you a little bit better. Are we good there? All right. Being an ex-coach, as you and I were talking about just a second ago, give us your take on the first half here tonight.
Well, New Boston's came out. I think they've done what they want to do. Very athletic. I think they're playing their game.
We're trying to get his mic all squared away here for him. There we go.
I think Coach Foudy had a game plan to come out and slow it down, but New Boston's the kind of team you're not going to slow down.
They're really hard to slow down.
They are. They've got enough athletes that they can pretty much do what they want.
Coach Gill and I were talking. The Rockets have handled the press very, very, very well.
Correct.
But after they break the press, they haven't handled things very well. Give us your take on that.
They've got a few good looks here and there. I think they want to slow it down, but with the pressure from New Boston, they are doing a good job of breaking the press, but once they get into that half-court set, I think New Boston with their traps, they're just speeding them up too much, and our young guards are making too many mistakes to get the shots they need.
You've kind of switched gears and switched hats and different uniform right now, and again, we won't make that big announcement on the air, but you're wearing a different uniform tonight. Tell us a little bit about you are one of the 1,000-point scorers, and we see it up on the banner up here behind us. You are one of the 1,000-point scorers, and and your dad was your high school coach.
Right.
And tell us a little bit about, and Coach Darrow obviously was a legend. I mean, we talk about that just about every game. Tell us a little bit about what it was like playing for your dad.
It was great. It was fun. Had some highs, had some lows. When we were in the gym, it was all business.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't father-son. It was coach-player. It was always funny. My mom, when I was in high school, she put a rule in. We weren't allowed to discuss basketball at the house.
No way. I'm sure that rule had to have been broken nightly.
Maybe a few times, but it was if I brought it up. He was very good about, at home we were father-son. Here, coach-player.
That's awesome.
And, I mean, it was a great 4 years. I played for him for 4 years and then coached for 7, 8 years until he passed.
Now we look back over the years, and we'll make no bones about it. I mean, he set the standard.
Right.
He set the bar very, very high here for Wellston High School, and not a day goes by when we all walk in this gymnasium and think, well, this man is one of the guys that helped design this facility and to bring it where it's at. And Coach Gill and myself coached with Coach Darrow. Coach Gill, let's bring you in on this conversation. We know, were you coaching with Coach Darrow when Brant played at the time?
I was around, a few of the years, we talked earlier about Coach Darrow, and you only have maybe 1, 2 true friends, and Jim Darrow was my true friend.
Mm-hmm.
We graduated together, we coached together, played together, coached together, and I'm sure when Brant went home, he had to hear a little bit about it because we heard it a lot in this office and the old gym, which I really enjoyed the old gym.
Right.
But it was all basketball, and I wanted to ask Brant, just memories from the past. We went to a lot of different places as coaches and teams. And what was your favorite place that you went to, Coach? I'm still gonna call you Coach because you coached.
I mean, looking back, not many people can say that they played LeBron James.
No.
And then you go to play the #1 team, Oak Hill Academy, the second game or third game of the year. That's one memory I take from playing for him.
You got a picture, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he was dunking over top of you, I think.
No, I wasn't dunking on me. I was guarding him in my picture. But, going to Vegas 2 or 3 times to play in AAU tournaments, he would take me out there. Just the competition that we were shown and played against.
Well,
it's unheard of.
That brings a point to me is that's the level of coaching, the level of talent that he had. He worked, he built, and that you could go play those teams. You didn't play the weaker teams. You got better by playing the better teams. That was his philosophy. He done it every year, and it was amazing to be there.
And that's like when we went to play Akron St. Vincent and LeBron. He had us thinking before that game started we were going to win.
Sure.
He had our mindset that we.
And we've seen that night after night. Every night he stepped out on the floor, he thought he was going to win that game.
Exactly. Yeah. And going to play them and then coming here and playing Oak Hill Academy, not taking anything away from TVC teams, but when you're playing those two teams the first start or at the beginning of the year, when you're playing any team in the league, you're not.
Sure.
No matter how good, you're not intimidated.
Makes a lot different.
Yeah, it does. It does. And that's one thing I enjoyed and I miss. And
it says on the board up here that you scored 1,143 points.
Right.
You're a 1,000-point scorer.
Right.
I remember watching you as a player, and much like we watch Kyan Irvin and a couple other kids that we have here, not only were you a 1,000-point scorer, but I feel you was a very unselfish player and a very good team player.
I always tried to be. I could score a little bit, but if I could get an assist or to another teammate, I was fine.
You think
with
you
that.
could still handle the rock?
I believe I can. I believe so.
We're going to have you stick right on the air with us here for just a minute as we get ready to get action underway here in the second half. The Rockets trail 33-15 with 1:20 to go here in halftime. We're going to talk about this just a little bit more. Give us some pointers real quick. Ex-coach. We have 3 ex-coaches on the air right now. That's not a good thing. And one ex-official that officiated for 30 years. But anyway, tell us what you think the Rockets need to do the second half to get right back in this thing.
I think we have to put probably a little more pressure on them. We need to – I know speeding the game up is more New Boston style, but we can't lay back. We scored 15 points in the first half. I mean, we've got to put some pressure, probably get a press on, and then we've got to get better shot selection.
We got to execute out of the press. I mean, once we beat the press, we beat it every time. Yeah,
easily.
But then we got to execute after the press.
So, Coach, stick right here on the air with us, and we'll continue to talk here as we get second half action underway. 33-15 your score. Coach Terry Gill, Coach Brant Darrow / police officer, and I'm Bub Norris, bringing you Golden Rocket action basketball right here on BMG Media. We have a travel call on the play, and that was Voyers on the, as they used to say, buy him a ticket, don't let him walk with it. And Irvin inbounds the ball to Harmon. Harmon over the right side to Reilly.
Three-quarter court press, 2-2-1.
Back to Harmon. Harmon in the middle to Smith. See, the Rockets break the press very easily.
Yeah.
And again, it is Brant Darrow joining us here for the third quarter. Kyan Irvin's three-point shot is up. It is on the way. No good. Rebound by Jones for the Tigers. Jones kicks it ahead. As you can see, the Tigers love to run it.
Right. Yep, they want to get out, and they've got some athletes. And
Kyan needs to continue to shoot that shot.
Has to.
Got to shoot it.
33-15 your score. Ball inbounds to Rockets. Rockets to Reilly. Reilly to Harmon. Harmon over to Irvin. Irvin back to Harmon in the middle. Rockets got to get it across. They do. Again, break the press very easily. Back to Harmon out top. And it's tipped away by Jones. By the Tigers, it's going to stay in the front court to the Rockets.
So I think in that situation, I think Gunner, and he'll develop that knack. He's got to keep the ball in his hands and start the offense.
Right. Pass underneath to Hunter Smith. Back out top to EB33. Over to Harmon on the right side. Back to Hunter Smith on the left side. Down in the corner to EB33. Takes a couple dribbles to the center of the paint. Kicks it back over to Reilly. Back out and what a play under the basket. What a nice play. Sealed step score by Hunter Smith. That's a nice looking play.
It was, yep.
Do it every time.
33-17 your score. Hunter Smith won an isolation play under the basket, scored for the Rockets. Now the Tigers are going to pull it out and run a set offense. Going to kick it over to Jones on the right side. Jones looking for Sexton to break loose, and he gets it down to Voyers under the basket. What a pass. This team, you can tell, folks, have played together for a long time. Pass to the middle to Hunter Smith. Hunter back to Harmon. Harmon over to Irvin on the left side. 6:15 to go in the third quarter, 35-17 your score. EB33 down to the corner to Reilly. Reilly dribbles it back out top. And a foul going to be called on Sexton, which is, again, you talked about that earlier, Coach. Committing a foul that far out top away from the basket really doesn't make a lot of sense.
No. Reach across the guy's body, and it's going to be a call. Whether you touch him or not, the official's going to call it.
6:09 to go in the third quarter, 35-13 your score. Reilly inbounds, going to turn it over. Steal by number 35. We do not have him. Number 32, correction. That is Chase Clark. They're going to kick it out of bounds.
Going to give it back to the Rockets.
Again, it is, and I'm just going to say this, and we spoke about this before we came back on the air. It is hard for an official to try to call a basketball game and not watch the officials at the same time.
Yeah.
Hunter Smith fouled under the basket. Rockets going to take the ball out under the basket. Again, the officiating for the ball game so far tonight has been very good, solid. Harmon out top to Reilly. Jones going to commit another foul. That's going to be 2 on him pretty quick here in the quarter.
Been a little over-aggressive there.
35-17 to go in the third quarter. Rockets trail by 18 with 6:03 to go. And out top to Irvin. Irvin over to EB33 on the left side. Drives to the center of the paint. Back down to Reilly. Reilly going to make a couple moves. And again, handles the ball pretty well. Going to bounce past it into Smith under the basket. Back to Reilly in the center of the paint. Reilly over to Irvin. I believe Kyan's yet to score tonight. EB33 on the right wing. They've been all over Kyan everywhere he goes tonight. Back to Reilly. Reilly looks at a three, changes his mind. Back to the corner to EB33. Hunter Smith trying to get a steal, and they're going to call a travel on the Rockets.
Kind of like to see Gunner and RJ on the court at the same time.
Rockets appear a couple players a little bit gassed, but that's to be expected, trying to get their basketball legs back under them from being off for a while. 5:25 to go in the third quarter. Down in the corner to Jones. Jones looking over. He's under pressure by Reilly. Kicks it out to, on around to Jackson. Under the basket to Sexton. Sexton guarded by Irvin. Back out to Jackson. Looks at a three. Decides not to. Jones is going to pop it, though. No good. Rebounds by Voyers. And it's going to be a defensive foul. And a good call by the official. To push the Rocket defender in the back. And let's get this straight also, folks. There is no such foul call as on the back, okay? Or get him off of his back. Or there's no such foul as over the back. It's on the back is what the call was, and that's what the call was on that play.
That's straight from an official.
You got it. Irvin gets it across half court, drives the center of the paint. He's under pressure. What a beautiful pass to EB33 under the basket, and he's fouled. No-look pass, and the officials are going to yap, or the coach is going to yap at the officials about a travel call. Rockets got away with one on that play.
Got long legs, man.
So far, again, two teams very evenly matched, Coach.
I believe, yes, they are. Like I said, I think we match up athletically with them pretty well. It's just executing our sets and getting better shots and finishing. Exactly.
First shot is up by EB33, and it is good. 35-18 your score. Takes a couple bounces, looks at the basket. Second shot up. Also good. 35-19 your score. 4:50 to go in the third quarter.
Get a couple stops here.
Jackson to the drive to the paint, blocked by Gunnar Harmon. Rockets on the steal.
Saved by Evan Brown.
Irvin, nice move up the floor. Drives to the rack, takes it all the way to the hoop. Coast to coast.
14-point game now.
Rockets cutting into the lead. 4:30 to go in the third quarter. Sexton with it on the baseline. Covered by Brown. There. Kicks it out to Jackson. Jackson's three-point shot is up. It is good. Give and take, back and forth. Has been a heavyweight boxing match so far, Coach, in this third quarter.
Yes, it has.
Good basketball game. Had the Rockets not dug themselves such a hole in the first half, this second half is a tale of two different teams now.
Yeah, nice little run there for the Rockets. Then they come down and hit the three. So you got to get back into that flow.
But let's talk about the Tigers being a senior-laden team compared to a couple young guys out there, two sophomores that's playing key roles for the Rockets.
Right.
And you have a junior with EB33 out there. So the Rockets with some youth out there. But you can tell when you're playing seniors, we spoke about this the other night, I mean, you're playing seniors against sophomores, and that's almost men against the boys in some cases.
Yeah. I think it's a really nice game for us in the section of the season that we're in, because now we go into the league games, and it's a nice team that we're playing. We're showing that we can compete.
Again, the Rockets break the press very easily. Shot is up by Irvin. It is good. Kyan doing a nice job using his body to avoid that player control call.
That's what he's got to do, yeah.
Again, Coach Cox for the Tigers looks to Sexton and says, get back in the game. And that's what you do with your key player. You want your best player out there, and he took one look back at the bench and said, go. So Rockets down by 15, 33-57 to go in the third quarter. 38-23 your score. Reilly bringing the ball across half court, going to kick it to EB33 on the baseline. Going to shoot it up, and he scores.
Uses that body really nice there. Goes to the basket, puts it off the glass.
13-point game, 3:40 to go in the third. Rockets knocking on the door. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound, Sexton for the Tigers. Sexton pulls it out. He's about 6'4", handles the ball very well. Down to Voyers under the basket. He's guarded by Irvin. Makes a spin move. His shot is up, and it is good. 3:15 to go in the third. Rockets trail by 15 now. Going to bounce it down to EB33, back out top. He's going to bring it, dribble it out top, kick it over to Irvin out top. He's looking at a long-distance AT&T 3 right there. He thought about it. EB33 out top with the ball, down to Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith tries to get by Jones.
kept his dribble
And
there.
he's going
layup,
to turn it over. Hunter's looking for a block. And he does, but they call foul.
You know,
33 thought about getting a little bit risky there with Hunter for a minute, and he might want to think twice about that.
Well, you know, the kid was going to the basket. Hunter went for the block. It was a hard foul. But
yeah, good call.
Not a bad foul at all.
.249 to go in the third. Rockets trail 40-25, your score. Sexton's first shot up. It rattles around and it drops. It is in. 41-25. Again, you're looking at a New Boston team that's used to scoring 80 to 100 points a night, and so far they have 41 on the board. Sexton's second shot is up. It is good. 2:49 to go in the third. Harmon over to Reilly. Reilly back to Harmon. Harmon over to Irvin. He gets it across half court. Irvin looking at it. Nice scoop pass off to Reilly on the far side for a Rocket score. 2:34 to go in the third. 42-27.
Went to the basket, drew the defense, and made a nice little pass for a nice layup. Aston Reilly goes to the basket.
Voyers out top. He's going to kick it off to number 3, the other Voyers. Swatted by Reilly, but recovered by 32. That's Clark. Clark to Sexton. Sexton, diddle, shake, and bake. Stop and pop, and it's good. I tell you what, he's the best player the Rockets have seen this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Very nice player. Number 13 is for the Tigers. Number 13, Kyle Sexton. Hunter Smith drives the paint, kicks it outside to EB33. His three-point shot is up and no good. Rebound, Clark for the Tigers. Clark over to Jones. Jones brings it up for the Tigers, kicks it over to Sexton. Sexton's going to dribble it out top. He's going to be guarded by Irvin.
Around a little time.
Sexton going to drive the paint on Irvin. Shot is up, left hand, and he scores.
You know, you blow the whistle, halfway down the lane, he takes another step. Takes a shot. I don't know.
Again, the official ruling
okay, come on
that
give it
is
to me.
when a player, when they gather the ball, when they pick it up from a dribble on the move to the basket. So when you're driving to the basket and you gather the ball, you pick it up, and that is all part of the shot. So that's what the official had on that play, he had to gather and he finished the shot. So the old-fashioned three-point play, it is good. 47-27.
We'll go with that.
Rockets trail by 20.
Made a nice run, and New Boston comes right back. And
This doesn't feel like a 20-point spread to me.
It really doesn't.
Minute 28 to go. Rockets are going to turn it loose, turn it over on the far side. Minute 26 to go in the third quarter. Rockets trail 47-27.
Guys, the difference to the game is the fact that we've just turned it over multiple. I'd say we're close to 20 turnovers.
At least.
And if you watch them run their offense, they don't turn it over. They may take a bad shot, but they don't turn the basketball over.
See, again, we have players gaining an advantage.
Yeah.
They have to stay on the court. Three-point shot up. It is good by number 32, and that's Chase Clark. Rockets trail by 23 now. Harmon over to Irvin. Irvin back to Harmon. Harmon to Kemp. Kemp back to Harmon, over to Irvin. The Rockets again break the press very easily. Irvin to the basket, left-handed shot, back by Smith, no good.
I think Hunter got a rebound. I think he got a foul on number 32. Yep, foul on 32.
I don't know how officials run and officiate with masks on. I have a hard time just standing up here talking with a mask on, let alone running up and down the floor with a mask.
I didn't realize he had his mask on, but he does, doesn't he?
Hunter Smith to the line to shoot two. 55 seconds to go in the third. First shot is up. He rattles it down. He uses all of the rim on that play.
21 for New Boston. Levi Bowman, Jr., coming into the game.
55 seconds remaining in the third. Rockets trail by 22, 50-28 your score. And again, we spoke about New Boston coming in here tonight, Coach Darrow, that they were probably the best or one of the best teams in the Southeast District.
Right. Yeah, I believe they made it to the districts or won a district title last year. I know I was talking with Coach Fowdy earlier. Sexton was a 1,000-point scorer in his junior year. So
it's pretty impressive.
Right.
In his junior year.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Again, that's Sexton driving to the rack for two. 52-28 your score with 35 seconds to go in the third.
This kid can play somewhere after high school for sure.
Covered by Reilly. Reilly's three-point shot is up, no good. Not sure that's the shot we want at that point with 25 seconds to go in the third. Jones drives to the basket. He's going to be fouled by a couple of Rockets. So Rockets, again, we've talked about winning stages in the game. We won 2 minutes. We win this 2 minutes. Rockets, we think, done that in the third quarter, the first two, second 2 minutes. And then the last 2 minutes, we've kind of gotten rattled.
Right.
Three-point shot is up. It is good by Voyers.
You know, that kid was sitting on the bench when they got the ball there. The coach put him in. That's a set play they just run right there. Going to go back to half-court man.
Not sure what we had an official standing at the table. Not sure what the delay was or why was there, but we're going to start it over. 13 seconds to go. Rockets trail by 23. They're going to go back to half-court man-to-man. 12 seconds to go in the third. Harmon with the ball out top. Jared Wilbur going to set a high screen. Pass going to go to Wilbur. Wilbur's going to shoot the three. Air ball. Three-point goal. Shot attempt. No good. Coach Gill, in the third quarter, Rockets again handled the press very well. Give us your take.
Well, it's all about decision making. We've made really a lot of bad decisions. We've got guys taking shots out of position, taking shots that probably the coach don't want them to take in that situation. You know, we still got to get Kyan and Hunter involved in the offense because neither one of them right now. Kyan's taken it to the rack a couple times.
Kyan has, I think, maybe 4 points?
Yeah, and then Hunter's taken it to the basket a couple times. That's not enough. I mean, those are your key players that you've got to get them involved with the offense.
Coach Darrow, give us your take.
Well, kind of back with what Coach Gill said. The last two possessions during the quarter, we take a bad three with 35 seconds left. They come down, get a three.
Score.
Then we take another bad three with 9, 10 seconds left with a player out of position.
Yep.
It's just back to decision making.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, taking care of the ball and decision making.
In this situation now, I don't think it's going to hurt any to put some full court pressure on, just to maybe whack them out a little bit. We're just allowing them to walk up, get in their offense, and a team like this, you're just not going to win that way.
Mm-hmm.
Boston coach down there cheering, clapping, got them fired up.
Ready to get fourth quarter action underway. Rockets trail 55-28. Rockets trailing by R.J. Kemp with the ball out top. Good hand check call.
You got a
good hand check call by the official out top. That was Jackson, the player for the Tigers.
RJ's going to the line, shooting a one-on-one.
Another southpaw going to the line for the Rockets. Rockets trail by 27, but it doesn't feel like they're trailing by 27. RJ's first shot up, no good. Rebounded by Jones for the Tigers. Brings it up the left side of the floor.
Kid hasn't been in the gym hardly at all with that broken collarbone.
Again, turnovers has been the tail. Voyers makes a spin move into the basket, and he scores.
Uses his body really nice.
Very well, number 3. He's been a nice player for the Tigers all night long, right behind Sexton. Rockets trail now by 29. Or correction, 31. Shot up is good by R.J. Kemp. Oh.
I guess he didn't have the ball. He didn't pick the ball up yet, correct?
Gather, Coach. Let's get the terminology.
He didn't gather the ball.
Right,
okay. And I don't, my finger corrected.
Well, from our perspective and our viewpoint, it looked like he had to gather on that play.
He had to gather, that's right.
Be that as it may, RJ's going to the line. Going to be there for a one-on-one. First shot is up. rattles out. Rockets trail with 29. 57-28 your score. Voyers under the basket. Again, he shot, puts it back. Tough player around the post. He's not the biggest kid in the world, but he uses his body great.
Uses his body nice.
Rockets now trail by 31. 7 minutes to go. Again, doesn't feel like that type of a ball game, but Rockets just not able to get any offense generated on the offensive side of the floor. RJ on the right side. RJ going to take it to the paint. He's going to skip, bounce to the basket. No good.
He'll make that 2 games from now. Ooh.
And RJ gets away with one. Sexton, he's going to get hammered under the basket, though. Again, we talked about this earlier. If New Boston could tag 100 on you, they will.
They're going to.
And they're very well conditioned and in shape, running the floor very nicely.
You know, they're probably 8 deep. They got 3 guys coming off their bench that gives them those minutes that we talked about earlier.
Sexton's first shot is up, rattled around, and no good. Again, we spoke about Sexton, Coach Darrow, coming in here tonight and during the course of this game. Pretty nice player. He's going to be playing somewhere at the next level.
Oh, absolutely. With his size and athletic ability, I'm guessing he's probably 6'4", 6'5" as a guard. Can shoot it, can get to the basket, can do about everything.
Yeah.
That he needs
Good-looking
to.
shot.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, everything pretty
Right.
solid. Basket goes in, 60-28. Rockets
Garrett
trail
Brown
by 32.
Garrett comes in the game now.
Trailing by 22, and they're still in a full-court press. How about that?
Well,
Kemp up to.
well, you know,
What
that's
was
really
that
the
call?
first time, 10 seconds. That's the first time. I thought it was rather quick, but that's the first time we turned it over against it, I think. Other than them taking it away from us when we catch it in the middle of the court.
6:23 to go in the ball game. Rockets trail by 32. Down inside to Voyers, covered by Evan Brown. He's going to make another move. Going to bounce it out top to Jackson. Jackson on the three-point shot, no good. Tipped back in bounds. And
Talk about that play, Mr. Referee.
well, the player's allowed to leave inbounds, tap it while he's out of bounds, back into the player,
Okay.
and the ball was still good. As long as his foot didn't touch that lineman, he left the floor of play.
Okay.
We're good.
It's been a couple years since I've coached and been involved in it, and some of the rules have changed.
Rockets with another turnover. Again, turnovers, Coach Foudy's going to watch the tape, and he's going to look at this situation. And you take the turnovers out of the scenario tonight, and the Rockets play this team very competitively. But the turnovers so far tonight has just been killer for the Rockets as they trail by 32. 5:40 to go in the ball game. You have a foul on the play, and that's going to be
Garrett
GB5.
Brown. Yep.
Garrett Brown on the block call.
You know, I was just thinking, the other team scouting this tape or get a tape of this game, they're going to look at this and say, hey, we need to do this against the Rockets. So Coach Foudy needs to really work on this. The type of press they ran.
Again, it's not the press that really hurt the Rockets. It's just the Rockets unable to run any offense or generate any offense. Another three-point shot up and no good. Going to get his own rebound back to the basket, no good. Rebounded by Sexton, and he's going to be hammered by about 3 guys under the basket. At some point in time, Coach Darrow, when do you start taking your star players out of the game when you know the game's completely out of control, score-wise?
I mean, when I was coaching, I didn't want to get anyone hurt for no reason. Like I said, you're down 32 at this point. I'm probably
5 minutes to go in the game.
5 minutes to go in the game. I'm probably pulling my guys out and get some younger guys some playing time. Like you said, your main thing you want to focus on, you don't want to see anyone get injured at this point in the game for no reason. So.
And that's what your dad really instilled in all of us. Let's get as many kids in the game as possible. Sexton's second shot up, no good. Smith on the rebound over to Garrett Brown. Garrett going to kick it back over to Hunter Smith. Hunter going to show his dribbling expedition out top. Kicks it down into the corner to Kyan Irvin. Kyan handles the pressure very well. Back out top to Hunter Smith. Smith over to Kemp. Kemp over to EB33. Back out to RJ out top. Going to kick it down to Garrett in the corner.
Got us pushed way out now, guys. Their defense has got us way out.
Hunter's got to finish on that play. Again, those are the plays that are around the basket that Hunter Smith would love to see him finish on. Again, Voyers under the basket and scores with 4:50 to go. It's 63-28.
Knows how to get to the basket, doesn't he?
Rockets trail with 35.
Got a 30-second timeout called by Coach Foudy.
Again, let's talk about that. You know, I'm up by 35 with 4:44 to go in the ball game, guys. Talk to us a little bit, let our fans know what are we thinking as the Rockets coach, and what are you talking about as the new Boston coach?
Well, here, you know, we just got to be aggressive offensively. We got to get some shots up. You know, we haven't taken a lot of shots tonight because we turned it over so much. Can handle the basketball, get some shots up out of our offense. They got us pushed out pretty far on their with their defense.
Coach Darrow, real quick.
Kind of what Coach Gill said. I agree with him with Wellston. If I'm New Boston's coach, kind of what we just went back to. I'm not having Sexton on the floor. I'm not having my starters on the floor, and I'm not pressing.
Mm-hmm.
But
right.
I coach differently, I guess. I'm not trying to embarrass kids. I'm not trying.
Yeah.
I mean, the game's over.
Yeah. 4:44 to go in the ball game. Rockets trail 63-28. We knew how good New Boston was. But again, the Rockets, athleticism-wise, is right there with New Boston.
Yes.
But they just committed way too many turnovers tonight to even have a chance to be able to compete in this game. Smith under the basket, passes to Irvin. Irvin's shot is up, and it is good. Rockets break 30 points, trail with 33 now. Sexton with the ball on the right side. Backing Irvin down. Going to kick it to Voyers on the wing. Sexton makes his beautiful spin move to the basket. Shot is up, and it is good.
Got a little clinic going on, doesn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
senior against a sophomore.
Yeah,
Exactly,
he's one of the nicest players I've seen in a lot of years.
Rockets trail by 35. 4 minutes to go. Garrett Brown kicks it over to Gunnar Harmon.
Now they went back into his own defense and sort of laying back, and he's got to get shots
Harmon's
up.
three-point shot is up, no good. Garrett Brown going after it nicely, but rebound by Tigers. Tigers kicks it up to Sexton on the right side. Again, that's got to be a charge. Absolutely. Good call. And again, Coach Darrow, your star player, has a lot of points. 3:30 to go.
Could have been an ankle.
It could have been an ankle. And I kind of go back to something my dad always told me when I was coaching. You're not always going to have a Sexton on your team. So if these guys meet in 2-3 years, our sophomores or seniors. I mean, as a coach, I would remember this if I was Coach Foudy.
3:35. 65-30 your score.
Got the big guy out front.
Evan Brown with the ball out top. Kicks it off to his brother, Garrett Brown. Garrett on the wing. He's under heavy pressure. Chase Ingles back in the game for the Rockets. He's going to kick it over to Schober. Schober. We have an injured player on the floor. And we apologize, we didn't even see that. So 3:19 to go in the ball game. 65-30 your score. Again, it's been the tale of turnovers for the Rockets so far here tonight.
Yeah, and, you know, the new Boston coach has done a nice job now. He's set them back in a 1-3-1. Got the big guy out front. I just remember one of my teams. I had a really nice team, but we went over to Belpre, and they were so big, and they put that big guy out front. We couldn't get a shot up. But this is a little different because but they do have their big guy out front. It's hard to get the ball over top of him and get a shot.
3:19 remaining. Coach, I have not looked at the schedule, who the Rockets have next and where, but we'll try to get that for you here in just a moment. Who the Rockets have and when and where here in just a moment. But as of right now, they trail 65-30 your score. Again, we spoke to Coach Darrow coming in here tonight. New Boston is going to be the best team that the Rockets say, and they've lived up to that so far tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, and I don't know if we'll see a kid like Sexton the rest of the year.
Right.
I mean, he's just, like you said, an all-around good player.
Nice guy.
Oh. Good help by the official as that ball was batted out of bounds by the Tigers. And should stay Rocket ball. Now Coach Cox for the Tigers is making mass substitutions with 3 minutes to go in the game.
Looks like the Rockets have Alexander at home next.
Alexander at home next.
I'm not sure about the girls. I'm helping Coach Sturgill with the girls team, and we've been down. We've had one game, got one loss, and haven't practiced for a week. So I would guess that we probably won't play until January, but I'm not sure. I know we got a game scheduled next week, but we haven't practiced. We've had an issue with the COVID-19. So I guess we'll decipher that next week, see how we're going to turn that out. Our girls have been working hard prior to the shutdown, but we haven't practiced a lot because of COVID.
We want to remind everybody to stay tuned. Immediately following the game, we're going to try to get Coach Fowdy up here to join us for a post-game show. Again, we're about 3 minutes away from that. 2:56 to go in the ball game. The first shot is up. No good. Rebound by Aston Reilly. Kicks it out to Chase Ingles. Ingles up the right side. He goes Mach 3 with his hair on fire. Jared Wilbur up for the shot. No good. Of course, Chase Ingles plays every sport that way.
Yeah. So. We got a foul on number 21 for New Boston. We got Jared Wilbur going to the line.
Wilbur's first shot. On its way. No good. Again, let's reiterate, folks. The Rockets athletically, every bit as athletic as what the Tigers are, but the turnovers have been the tail of the story tonight. Wilbur's second shot up, no good. Rebound Tigers. Steal by Chase Ingles. Imagine that. Kicks it off to Wilbur. Now steal back by the Tigers. Going to have an open layup, looks like. Nope, Schober's going to. The European move. The scoop and score.
Everybody they throw in the game is very active and they're laying really hard. And
looks like Aston Reilly may have gotten poked in the eye for the Rockets, and we have a substitution just for an injured player with 2:36 to go. 67-30 your score. Kemp to the drive to the basket and scores. 2:24 to go. 67-32 your score. Again, New Boston has been everything that we have talked about coming in here tonight. Ingles under heavy pressure, putting heavy pressure on. Rockets in a man-to-man defense. One defense that Coach Darrow always taught, and I'll never forget, is get up into your guy and play defense and one arm length away.
Yep.
I'll never forget that. And the defensively, all of Wellston's teams, most of the years Coach Darrow was here, was outstanding defensively just by using that one method. One arm length away, you get up in your guy and play defense, and that's something.
You give the offensive player an advantage if you're too close. Mm-hmm. No question about that.
Garrett Brown, nice freshman to the drive to the basket. His shot is up. No good, but he's going to go to the line to shoot two with 1:49 to go.
Good-looking kid, Garrett.
Very nice-looking freshman, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I believe, with him and Irvin, I think the future's bright for Coach Fowdy and the Rockets for sure.
Garrett Brown's first shot is up. It is good. Again, he doesn't play like a freshman, so you have Kyan Irvin, Gunnar Harmon, those three young players for the Rockets.
Evans, junior.
Junior, I believe, yeah.
So a bright future here for the Rockets. 1:40 to go here in the game. 67-34 your score.
That JV team won tonight with a pretty big fashion, and they were missing one of their players, Zeke Mollahan. So, there's a lot of nice players in the program right now.
Going to be swatted out of bounds by the Rockets. Tigers going to retain possession with 1:28 to go. So the Rockets are going to go to 3-1 on the season, and the Tigers are going to go to 4-0. 1:25 to go in the game.
And like Coach Darrow said, we got Alexander coming up next. So
again, we're not going to see a team, I don't believe, the rest of the year like what we've seen here tonight with New Boston. They've had a couple really good players with Sexton and Voyers that have been just done everything for them tonight.
Yeah, and like you said, this team's, I think, has scored 100 twice now. I do believe I saw that. and to hold them in the 60s right now, I think that's a accomplishment. But offensively, we just got to get something going to where we can compete. And our athletes we're just as athletic. Haven't played a lot, haven't been in the gym a lot to practice. But this is our 4th game, so we should be ready to go.
But again, the tail of the tape tonight is turnovers. And in any game.
I want to see that stat.
Any game, you just can't have turnovers. And you take a lot of those away, this game is a lot more competitive. Not saying that the Rockets would have come out on top, but it would have been a lot more interesting ball game had those turnovers been a lot different situation.
I think that our Rocket team has had more tonight than Coach Darrow had his whole career.
That's quite a statement right there. All right, looks like the Rockets are going to be taking the ball out of bounds.
I thought I might get a comment from him anyway.
I'll keep my mouth quiet.
All right, a minute 20 to go in the ball game. R.J. Kemp bringing the ball up the center of the court for the Rockets. In the game right now, you have Garrett Brown, Schober, Chase Ingles. R.J. to the rack, up and no good. Jared Wilbur, and I think that's it in the game for the Rockets right now. R.J.'s going to go to the line to shoot 2. Coach Cox for the Tigers doesn't quit coaching. Up by 33 and still coaching hard. R.J.'s first shot is up, and it is good. Second shot on the way. It is good.
I think RJ's just going to get better each game now.
Yeah,
That he's back.
and stronger, a little more confidence with that shoulder. Minute to go, 67-36 your score. Voyers out top, kicks it over to number 21. That'd be Bowman. Bowman's going to bring it out, and they're going to run some clock.
Get a little lull in the action here, I understand, but come on. Get close enough to make him play. I don't like that myself, but I don't like that foul either.
Well, we're putting him on the line again.
Get another possession in our belt, under our belt.
Again, we spoke about coming in here tonight, veteran team, veteran coach against a younger team and a younger coach, and we got a little bit exposed tonight.
We definitely did, and we talked about earlier that we got our starters out of the game. That's a good thing. We don't want anybody hurt. This is not a non-league game. We're going into league play now next, so we know how hard we have to play to win a game like this.
Tigers are very fundamental, Coach.
Yeah, we did compete. There's too many turnovers.
Garrett Brown out to Chase Ingles. Chase drives to the paint, kicks it out to R.J. R.J. back out top to Schrober. Schrober drives to the basket, kicks it back out to Ingles. Ingles crossover dribble. He's going to the basket, going to shoot a layup, and he scores.
Nice take.
Again, Chase is just so quick. You got to do something to try to keep up with him. Coach Jared, we want to thank you for joining us at halftime and for the entire second half tonight with 12 seconds to go in the game. Brought up some good memories tonight, and kind of all 3 coaches here on the air trying to give everybody as much info. And a great job tonight. Thank you for being with us here on the second half.
I just had a thought, when I come in on board with Coach Darrow, Scott Bragg was around, and to have Brant, to have 2 point guards at that caliber is pretty awesome in your coaching career.
Folks, that's going to do it from Coach Jim Darrow Court. From here at Wellston High School, we want to encourage you to stick around as Coach Foudy hopefully joins us here for our post-game show. Coach Brant Darrow, we want to thank you for joining us here tonight for the halftime show and the contest here in the second half. And 68-38 going to be your final score here tonight as the Golden Rockets go now to 3-1 on the year as the Glenwood Tigers go to 4-0 on the season. We're going to take just a moment break here in just a minute, and hopefully we'll have Coach Foudy up here with us, and we'll be back here in about 1 minute. you on a headset. We're ready. Welcome back, Golden Rocket fans. You have been watching and listening to Golden Rocket basketball right here on BMG Media here tonight from Wellston High School, live from Coach Darrow Court. Coach Terry Gill joining us here again on our post-game show, and also a pleasure again to have our varsity basketball coach here, Mr. Foudy, joining us here tonight. Coach Foudy, we had talked about this game before we came in here tonight, before we went on the air, that we knew New Boston was probably going to be the best team that we see possibly all year, and that they were talented and loaded. And give us your take of that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we won't see a team like this unless we go deep in the tournament. You know, it's good experience for these guys. We come off some games that we were, you know, favored in. No scrimmages. So, you know, we worked on stuff and we got a little bit better, but we need a team like this to push us, especially going into conference. And, you know, I was disappointed. We did some things. I think we got a little freaked out, and that's what they do. They pressure you. It accumulates, and, you know, we started off strong, and then we started doing some dumb stuff, and it got worse and worse. And, you know, but the good thing is that we reset and we came out of halftime. We were really strong. You know, we made the adjustments that we
spoke
wanted
about
to.
that.
Yep.
And, you know, we called a timeout in between quarters, and 60 seconds, it just doesn't give them enough time to wind down. So I would say stuff, and they'd go out there and they wouldn't do it. And I'm like, you know, it's just going to have to be a halftime thing. They're going to have to relax a little bit and get their heads right. You know, so it gives us some good film to show us the contrast and the two different styles of play that we had tonight, and show that we've got to be more consistent with the good style.
Now, we noticed coming in here tonight that obviously the Tigers have an outstanding team and have an outstanding player with Sexton, number 13.
Yep.
I don't know what he ended up with tonight, but it was pretty obvious to Coach Gill and I that they were going to take Sexton and put him on Kyan Irvin, our best player.
Yeah.
And we've seen that coming right out of the gate tonight.
You know, they like to stay on their man. They very rarely switch. We knew that. You know, we try to use a lot of screens to get guys open, keep the ball moving, to keep them chasing. You know, they have a lot of length and speed, so
they do.
You know, anything we did was pretty difficult, but you know, we did make some good opportunities and get some easy buckets, and that's just something we're going to have to push to do more.
A couple things that we can really be proud of. This is a team, speaking of New Boston, that it's nothing unrare for them to put 80 to 100 points on the board every night.
Yeah, they put 98 on us last year.
So
we weren't gonna let
They didn't
that
lose
happen.
anybody, did they, Coach? Did they have everybody back?
I think they had like a bench player graduate.
Okay.
But everybody else, yeah.
Okay. Second thing we want to make mention of is that I thought you done a very good job of coaching the press tonight. They are a team. I know we had a lot of turnovers. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But I thought we handled the press very well tonight. But once we broke the press, I think things just kind of fell apart for us.
Yeah, that was a point of emphasis coming in. The scouting we've seen, and just from the game last year, they want to run. They want to score 100 points. They want to turn you over into 2-2-1 and go. You know, we really focused on that. I think what disappointed me was once we broke it, then we tried to go fast, and that's, you know, that's the thing that we really talked about yesterday. You know, once you break that press, we just got to settle down. When we move and we screen and we run our offense, we get easy looks. But there was just stretches of the game where we would speed up, and you know that's the nature of what they do, and you know it's just something we got to get better at controlling.
And we spoke about that, Coach.
Oh yeah, we did. I think you haven't been in the gym a lot.
Right.
You're getting some of your players back. And we've had this conversation before. Every game's a learning experience, and I think you learned a lot tonight.
Absolutely.
Your team's going to learn a lot tonight because that's a very athletic team. 1 through 8, they're pretty athletic.
Yeah.
And I thought our kids, you know, we held them to, 67? I thought that was a good job defensively. We just got I don't know how many turnovers we had. We probably had a lot. We got to cut that back. But once you get RJ and Hunter and them guys gelling, I think we're going to be fine. Kyan, he's going to see the best player every night.
Yeah, he is.
Defensively. So he's got to just take that as a challenge, and I'm sure you're going to talk about. There's a lot of positives you can take out of this game too, I think.
Yeah, there are. You know, I was impressed. RJ had practiced. I think he might have went live with us twice, like 2 days, because he hasn't been back much. And you know, we kind of tested the waters with him in the first half, and then we let him play a little bit more. And you know, it doesn't really look like he lost anything. He got his lungs back really quick. You know, Schober gave us some good minutes. You know, we're going to be deep. We're going to be good. Just by the nature of the way things have started this year, it's just, you know, until you see the finished product, it's going to come a little later. But, you know, we got to grow up quick because we have our first conference game on Tuesday.
Well, I was going to bring that up. You know, you got league play coming up, and I don't know. I forget about who's back and who's not back. And how do you see our league playing out?
It's going to be pretty competitive. I think night in and night out, anybody could beat anybody.
Yep.
You know, Alexander, they have a really tough guard, Kyler DiAgostino. It's going to be someone we're going to have to stop. He's really strong. You know, we'll have a good game plan for them, and you know, we're taking tomorrow off, let them rest, and then we're going to come in Sunday and Monday and work hard and be ready to win.
Good. I don't think we'll see anybody like we saw Sexton tonight, though, in league play.
No, probably not.
He can do it all.
He's
I mean,
a player.
he'll play at the next level. There's
Yeah,
no question.
great defensive players. He showed that as he guarded Kyan Irvin tonight, and then offensively, he just done an outstanding job offensively as well. What a learning curve again for our sophomores, handling the ball against the pressure of the press. I thought we did an outstanding job again getting the ball into front court and breaking the press. But after we got the ball into front court, we just kind of like fell apart and helter-skelter instead of, as you'd mentioned, bring the ball out, run some set offense, and just wasn't able to get things going on that end. Again, a lot of positive notes, positive things. Again, I think athletically-wise, we played right with them tonight. But the turnovers, I think, was the tail of the game.
That's really it. I would say they probably had 25 points off turnovers. I mean, you know, you take that out of the equation. We scored pretty consistently when we got into the half court and got 2 or 3 screens, 2 or 3 passes. You know, and that's really the nature of our offense. But you know, we just got to be more consistent with it.
Coach, we have Alexander coming in here next Tuesday night. Is that correct?
Yep.
Going to take the day off tomorrow. Again, COVID has wreaked havoc on everybody all over the world. What's the kids' mental preparation right now with COVID and everything? What's your approach with the kids with dealing with COVID, difference in the season, and all those things that's taking place right now?
You know, I would think it would take a toll on them, but they're just such good kids. They come in and they have fun every day. I mean, they work their butts off. They take it serious, but they love playing basketball, and I think when they thought they might lose it, it really made them appreciate it. You know, we go hard in practice. We work them to death, and you know, they always have good spirits. They always have a good time. Even, you know, as much as we push them and we're hard on them and we're trying to make them better, they understand that, and you know, they can still stay loose at the same time.
Again, we have Alexander coming Tuesday night. Anything that you wanted to let our fans know about that coming in here? Or we go there, or are they here? It's here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, we're hoping to have whatever crowd capacity we can have, and we hope they're going to be loud and cheer us on. You know, we're going to give them something to cheer about. We're very prepared for them. We will be very prepared, and you know, we think we'll be all right.
Yeah, you know, I noticed tonight. I had to watch the game the other night. I looked over at our stands, and I didn't think we had too many people tonight. I thought we had a bigger crowd. Probably a Friday night. Everybody wants to get out and do something. But yeah, I think our fans need to get off their rears and do a little cheering myself.
As many as we can get in here, right?
I see it in football too. You know, we're sitting on our hands a lot. The kids read that, they feel that, they get pumped up with that. You know, I just I'm like you. I want our people just to fire up our kids.
Feels like a freshman game in here sometimes.
Yeah. Whenever you can hear the cheerleaders, like
and hear us talking up here in the box, right?
We got a coach down there hollering. I can hear everything he says. But you know, I just want to congratulate you on your 3 wins and a pretty nice game tonight. There's never a good time when you lose.
No.
But you got to take this game. You got to learn from this game. Go to the next game and get better because of it.
Yeah, we're resilient. That's exactly what we're going to do. You know, the kids were already talking about what we're going to do Sunday, and they're ready for Alexander.
Good. Very good. All right, folks, you've been listening to Golden Rocket Basketball right here on BMG Media. For Coach Terry Gill, for Coach Robert Foudy, I'm Bub Norris. I want to thank everybody again for joining us tonight. Want to be sure that you tune in Tuesday night for Golden Rocket Basketball right here on BMG Media. So we want to say good night. God bless. God bless America. Good night, everybody.